Well, I got all the pieces off of the mower deck. So now I can look at the mower deck all by itself. So it's not so bad. I mean, you know, a little paint, you know, a couple of bits of tape, should be fine. So here's all the parts that came off. I did notice that the blades were on upside down, and the blades are not held in quite right. The holes in the blades are much bigger than the holes around the shaft. I think there's supposed to be some adapters that fix that, but they are definitely not there. So somebody put those blades on and eyeballed it as best they could. You know, not knocking anybody for that. If you don't have the parts and you need the thing to work, you do what you can, right? So yeah, I'm no judgment, but I think I can get the parts I need, and I think I can repair a lot of parts. I'm definitely seeing what I think are bearings. I believe these are bearings which are completely seized up. So that one moves back and forth a little bit, but then that's it. This one, I think this one was moving a little. Yeah, this one's moving a little bit. So it's not as bad, but yeah. I see new bearings in these guys' future, but these aluminum housings, whatever these are, I think those can be cleaned up, reused, no problem. You know, they're just ugly, but we can make them less ugly. I'm not sure about this pulley though. It's yeah, I'll see how much these cost, but I might be able to hammer that out. But most of this stuff came off pretty easy. Let's see, I had one of these guys shear right off. I don't know where it went. Here it is. Yeah, so had one of these break. Should still be in the, yeah, it's still in there. Right there. Nothing else broke as I was taking it off. A few of the bolts were really stubborn, but so far nothing that the electric impact wrench couldn't handle. I so love that tool. I absolutely love that tool. Well, I'm making a pile of things that I'm going to have to replace. And let's see. So, yeah, this guy is worn down really bad, so I'm going to replace him. This guy came off in 3 pieces. He was stuck. I was trying to get enough material off to get him loose, but no, he just broke. And then all the bearings from the housings, gonna replace those. Got to replace this guy. So he's pretty mangled. He was mangled before, and now he's even more mangled. But I have a whole box of things that are good. I got some, whatever these are, some bolts and washers that need to be treated and stuff. One of the pulleys turned out pretty good. Needs a little bit more work, but it turned out really good. The housings are okay. The parts where the bearings go in, those are in great shape. This one I think is a little worse for wear. It's interesting. This one has a Zerk fitting for grease, and this one does not. You can see where the little spot is where you drill the hole for it, but it's It's not there. This shaft is fine, so I'm gonna treat the rust off a little bit and probably put some grease on him. Anyway, let's see. I got the other pulley electrolysizing. He's got a really damaged spot. I don't know if I can get that. I'll have to see if I can beat that back into shape. Otherwise, I'll have to replace it. But we'll see. And then this guy from 1974 is just perfect for running my wire wheel. So, never had a wire wheel like on a bench motor before, so this is really useful. Oh, and then we got this guy. So I got a little wire cup on my angle grinder here, and I'm just starting on the edges here. I need to get from here all the way back around to there before I work on the inside. But the outside is as done as it's going to be with that cup guy. To get into these spots, I'll have to get a wire wheel on my drill and get in there. So I've been thinking about how I'm going to deal with this, and here's what I've come up with. I'm gonna wire wheel it like that so that it's relatively clean, and then I'm going to put phosphoric acid treatment on it to convert and get the rust that's left will get converted into a, I don't know, something that sticks to metal, I guess. And then I'm going to coat it with primer that goes over rust, and then paint it with a paint of some kind. For these missing areas that are actually missing material, I haven't finished wire wheeling yet, so I expect those will get bigger and more numerous. But after that, I'm gonna, because it's all curvy and I don't know how to weld that good yet, I'm gonna do fiberglass over that area, over all that, and then paint that black. So fiberglass should stick to the pitted metal really good. That's what I did with the seat pan on the motorcycle. And oh, and then there's a crack right here, and there's another crack right there. I don't know if you can see that, but those I'm going to attempt to weld. I'll get more on that later. So I got this guy. I don't know if I can get the bearing out, I'll replace it. If I can't, I'll have to get a new idler pulley. Okay, check this out. This is an old shovel that I've had forever, and it cracked a couple years ago. This is my very first weld. This is just a surface weld where I was just playing around a little bit, getting used to the machine, sort of. And this is my attempt to actually weld a crack. The crack. And then if I look at the other side, I haven't done the other side yet. So there's what it looks like. I haven't tried to weld this yet, so, but anyway, I'm just really excited because I've never welded before, so that is my first weld. Once I get that done, then I will take a crack at this crack, no pun intended. I beat this into shape with a hammer earlier today, so the idea is I'll just kind of weld this up and then file it. and yeah, and see where I get, and then do a little bit of extra work on this crack here, and then weld him up too. So a good starter project, because, well, this guy's going underneath a lawnmower, so no one's going to see it. But if I can do a good job, why, that's great. Then the next time I have something to weld, I'll know I can do a good job. Anyway, I'm just really jazzed about being able to weld now. So because I'm excited about it, y'all have to hear about it. So anyway, yeah, I got a lot more work to do, but I've got a lot of work done. And I'm pretty happy with the progress. I don't know how high this is supposed to stick up. It was curled over when I started. I don't know if it should be flat. It seems like it's just hanging out there asking to be bashed with something, bash into something, so I don't know. I think that might be as straight as I make it. I'll see if I can find some pictures. Raining today, so I'm not going to do much out here. I do have this guy working here, I hope. But yeah, I'll let that go for another day. In the meantime, I've been working on the pulleys, and I know y'all have been chomping at the bit to find out if these pulleys will survive. Let me put your fears to rest here. So this idler pulley, trying to spin it here with just one hand, but as soon as I popped the covers off and cleaned up on the inside a little bit, works great. Very quiet, very smooth. I'll wait till it's dry, and then I'm going to pack it with grease and then put the covers back on. So don't have to buy that. Yeah, these came out really good. This one I wasn't so sure about because it had that damaged spot where someone pried on it or whatever. I managed to get it pretty straight again. There is one little high spot right there, but I've got all the burrs filed down, so there's no pokey bits anymore, and got out my little wire wheel and cleaned out that little trench going along there. I thought a bunch of rust would come out, but a bunch of mud came out instead. So yeah, so I got a few parts here in evaporust. These parts have a coating on them. All these parts in here have some coating, protective coating, and I don't want to, you know, acid etch that off, so I'm soaking it in this stuff, which is not an acid, so it won't etch it. And then this is an acid. This is the Por 15 rust remover. These are all, you know, little nuts and bolts and things that were all totally rusted anyway. So if I don't see you again in this video, why, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.